Yo, what's good? This Mastermind MMA, and this video is going to be a very special video. Hopefully, this is going to be the first video of many in a new series that I'm going to be starting this year, and it's going to be a video breakdown. It's going to be a video breakdown of what Robert Whittaker did right and the strategies and techniques and tactic he used to gain that W over Yoel. And it'll be coming up on screen when I go over it, and what Luke did wrong and why he got clipped the fuck up the way he did when he fought Yoel. And I did a regular breakdown that I do my verbal analysis on the Rockhold versus Romero fight. So go check that out. I'm gonna drop the link in the description. And in that video, I very in-depth break down everything, what I thought about that fight, all the techniques and thoughts and what he did wrong and all that, real in detail. So go check that out. And with this video, it's hopefully it makes it up, because this is the first video, but I did a video a while ago that I uploaded to YouTube when it was before Mayweather McGregor. And I think I did a verbal version of it, like a straight like audio version of it, when it didn't work, because I uploaded it to YouTube and they're like, nah fam, we're not having that. You can't have the video clips on there, because you know how YouTube is with video clips. But I think I figured out a way to operate under fair use and under all of YouTube's rules. So hopefully this video is up and existing and thriving real well, because I'd be disappointed as fuck if it's not. So ready, and here we fucking go. So I'm gonna start off and breaking down key moments in each round in the Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero fight. So here we go. Starting in the first round, and on my clock I got 3:39. So you see Robert Whittaker, he's feinting real nice. He's in the center of the octagon, and notice his range. You see he comes in real nice with a nice teep kick. He closes the distance and he's back on the outside. You see he closes the distance nice with a hard jab, and then he's back on the outside. And he comes in, closes the distance hard. He's on the outside, comes in, steps into boxing range, and then closes the distance real fast. And you see now he's in boxing range, and then he dodges his shit, does his thing. And that's, and now that clip is over. But a lot of what Luke did wrong was not change the range. And before I get into just direct comparisons, I'm going to go into more a different clip of later in the fight. So in this clip that I have queued up right now, Yoel took Robert Whittaker down, and you see how how Whittaker gets right back up to his feet, and then gets his back up against his fence, and then he breaks free. You see, and then goes right back to the center of the octagon at distance on the outside. And you see him chilling on the outside. So on the clock here, it's 2:33, and then that clip is over. So you have Robert, when he gets taken down, he handles it very well. So now we have, again, in the first round, we have Yoel with a flying knee at 225, and then he clinches. But you notice how Robert Whittaker, he didn't get hit by it, and now he has his overhooks. Whittaker has his overhooks on Romero as he's clinched up against the fence, and on my clip it's 208. And you see how he's just creating that. You see he's blocking the knees. He's neutralizing Yoel Romero up front. In that close range, like, he's not getting hurt. It's straining, and he's digging for that underhook, which is exactly, and you see him digging for that underhook is what got him out. Not only him just trying to get the underhook and get that control. Him going for that actual, what he's supposed to do right, not even completing that task, that led him out because he's doing everything technically right. Okay, now I'm starting another clip at 2:30 of the first round. Oh wait, I started that same clip. My bad. Now I'm starting the next clip. We're at 1:30 in the first round. You see Robert Whittaker. You see him real nice on the outside, and when Yoel comes in, he backs up. He creates distance real well. He doesn't let Yoel even blitz in because he's already way on the outside. You see that 116 on my clock. So you see Robert Whittaker bouncing real nice, weaving, and then blitzing in real nice, and then not stopping and changing the angles and cutting him off. And when he's coming in, he knows Yoel's close. He knows Yoel has a tendency to duck his head in. So he hits him with that uppercut. And then that big push kick. I'm at 55 seconds. That big motherfucking push kick. That this is Sparta kick. That teep kick. I love calling it the this is Sparta kick. He was working that this is Sparta kick the whole fight because that is the only dangerous thing about throwing teep kicks is that when you come down from throwing a teep kick, your head is going to be you're coming back down on the center line. That's the only problem with it. But the reason why Robert Whittaker is safe with the way he's thrown the this is Sparta teep kick is because it's more of a push kick than anything. You know, it's not really a teep. It's more of like a push kick. It's directionally a teep kick, but it's a push kick and it automatically pushes your opponent back so that distance is created. So when you're coming down on the center line, you have time to get out the way. So Whittaker was working it masterfully. So I'm starting another clip. This is the second round. I'm at 3:44. So Robert Whittaker gets taken down. Yoel Romero takes him down, and then Robert Whittaker closes his guard. You see his guard is closed, and Yoel's trying to control his wrist, but then he's like, you know what, I'm just going to control his posture and minimize the damage as much as I can. Now look, he opens his guard, and then he kind of he opens his guard and digs in hooks under Yoel's legs so he could fucking flatten Yoel out to fully neutralize him. And he pretty much does that. And then he does the damn thing. And you see, he's smart because Robert Whittaker got in worse trouble and were put in worse positions than Luke Rockhold did. Like the entire fight, he got put in horrible positions, but he got the fuck out of there. And this is another fight, another moment in the second round that I'm about to play where he gets in a real bad position. And yeah, so it's 2:40 through 2:39 on my clock. And then you see, so his knee is fucked, so he can't really work his butterfly guard that much. But you see, and then he turns, but now Yoel has his back, but right back up. But Yoel still has his back. You know, you're like, oh shit, you could get suplex, but he works that shit. He tries to break the grip of Yoel, and then he keeps posted on the gate, on the fence, to make sure now he has all 4 points so he can't get kneed in the head. And Yoel tries to dig his legs out from under him. But what does he do? He moves it and recreates his base, get it low, and still make sure the hand fights the hands that Yoel can't do anything. And now he turns. He pivots perfectly. He has over under right now. Now he's got to dig in. This is 151. Now he wants to dig in for double underhooks. That's what Robert Whittaker is going to look to do. And you see now he's digging in for that double underhook. And then now Yoel pivoted. Now he has his back, got him back down. But now he's right back up and right back against the fence, which is smart. Because when you're against the fence, you have more support and something to lean on, obviously. You know what I mean? So it's different than open mat wrestling. So now they're clinched up and he has, they're clinched up. And then that was that for that clip. But Robert Whittaker, in all all the times and all the bad positions he was put in, he worked his way out of there technically and smart. His fight IQ was extremely high. And the thing is, it's like Robert Whittaker not only outworked Yoel, he outthought Yoel. And him and his team came out with the perfect game plan, knowing Yoel's strength and how to neutralize Yoel. You see, in a rematch, you see, the game plan still sticks. Although the adjustments Yoel made is very significant, and I'm talking about the adjustments he made to the Rockhold fight, it's real significant. Don't get it twisted. But the thing is, it's Robert Whittaker's game plan is still applicable. The thing with Yoel is it's always a factor that he could come in and catch you. But the techniques and the game plan that Robert is executing is really not letting Yoel get his shit off and execute his game plan. Now I'm going to roll the next clip, and this is in the third round. Now it's 3:30 on my clock. You see Robert Whittaker in the center of the octagon when he's closing the range, when he's closing the distance, he's doing that with that push kick. Now at 3:20, he's pressuring. You see, he's on the outside. He's safe that he can create distance and that push kick to come in that 1-2. So now he's using that push kick almost like a jab to change the range and get inside and work off it. And when Yoel comes in, he's blocking and coming off with that 1-2. So now it's 2:58, and you see he's staying on that and right outside of boxing range, ready to go. He's still in kickboxing range, kind of kickboxing territory, but he's always ready to back out. And that's the masterful thing that Whittaker was able to do, is not only did he execute that game plan, but he knew how to control the range and how to transition through ranges and when to go back to which range and fluidly do that consistently throughout the fight. And that is key. That is so key to be able to beating Yoel Romero. Now I'm going to be starting up the next clip in the fourth round. And I'm at 144. You see Yoel hits his knee, and then Robert hits him with that hook, 139. Now he's, real bad, closing that distance, whiffing that uppercut, almost got him. And then now when Yoel always comes in, you see how Robert Whittaker creates the distance and backs up. And then, feinting, he even feints closing distances. You see, that's some next level shit. And then just the way he's reacting, the way he's circling away from Yoel's power. Luke circled into his power a lot. You see, and when he's on the inside, he's throwing multiple punches. And he's throwing coming from different angles, overhands and stuff. And then the stuff. Ooh, how beautiful that motherfucking stuff was. And then that push kick again, get him up against the fence. And then you could close in the gap. And then boom, you have Yoel. He's putting Yoel in these horrible positions, and then Yoel's and then you see how he's working all that shit, and he is just masterfully working the ranges and operating in those ranges in a safe way and very offensively. It's like when he enters those ranges, he makes his offense, his defense in a smart way, because he's not taking the risk by staying in that range too long. He's putting on so much pressure that Yoel has to be paying attention to what's coming at him and being defensive. And by the time that it's like tennis, all right, I hit the ball, now when it's Yoel's turn to hit that shit right back, my guy Bobby Knuckles is outie. And then now I'm going to start another clip up that we have in the fifth round, I believe. All right, now it's 2:33 on my clock. And then you see him circling away from the power, circling out, hitting that, going for that uppercut. That was always good, but always going to the center, always staying right on the outside, and always countering properly. And then not only is he able to keep Yoel with stuff, he's also able to work off of the stuff that he's keeping Yoel away with, like that kick, like his jabs. He's able to work combinations off of those things, which is imperative. And then you see they're right. He's right outside of boxing range, right in kickboxing range, ready to be outside, totally on the outside. And then the way he throws is just, he knows what to do. And then he sees Yoel wants to track him against the fence and the gate. And what the fuck does he do? Circle away, which is what you need to do. You can't let Yoel come in and then just blitz in explosively and close that distance and back you up. And when I start breaking down some Rockhold footage and a little later, you'll see exactly how Yoel was able to do that to Luke and how Robert was able to avoid it. And now I'm going to start up another clip. And I'm at 133. And you see as boom, he clips Romero and he's out of there. But you see how as Romero's coming in, kind of trying to stalk him, he always gets out of the way. You know, there's not any issue of getting clipped up or being at risk of getting tagged because he's already aware to just peace out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to let Yoel come in and blitz in on him. And part of Yoel being so explosive is him catching you in his blitzes. And in order to throw his blitzes, he needs to be completely offensive coming forward. But if you're hitting him with stuff, he can't blitz in like that, risking getting clipped, unless you're just fully retreating, giving him the go to do his thing. Now I'm going to open up and start talking about Rockhold, because we saw everything that Robert Whittaker was doing right. And I'm trying to move this at a bit of a faster pace, this video. So now I'm going to start this next clip of the first round where Luke had success. And this is 323. And you see him kicking and then jab and then jab, and then he works off of that jab. Which is it when he's stalking, he's pressuring Yoel. He's trying to cut Yoel off. And then you see when Yoel comes in, he's just moving back. That's it. He's creating a little bit of distance, but he's not creating Yoel knows, so Yoel gets that read. All right, so he's just going to move linearly back. So when I blitz in, I could just blitz in like a Mack truck. So I could just fucking straight drive him to the cage and get that shit done. And now I'm going to play a clip in the second round of Luke actually getting blitzed in like a Mack truck. Like Yoel blitzing in like a Mack truck. And then rocking his shit. So I'm at... Oh, actually... Hold up. Yeah, so I'm at... The clip is playing now, so we should have the second round starting right now. And now at the clock, 4:56. So now you see Yoel is working that jab, and then boom, just blitzes in, and then comes in and working that. And look, Luke tie clinches, and Yoel's working it, and then he's gonna come over with that hooks and clip him. How could have Luke completely neutralized it and gained control of that situation if he dug fucking underhooks? Straight up. If Luke just dug in some underhooks, he would have that there would be no problem. And you can't blame him. You can't say it too much in the moment because there's shit happening and it's you having Yoel Romero coming at you, my guy. Like, what the fuck? So you have to drill that into you because it has to come out instinctually. It has to be a drilled in reactive knee jerk reaction type thing. So now I'm going to play the last clip, which is going to be the finish. And now it's 3:36. You see, you have Luke, his hands blatantly down. Look, both hands down, and he's scared, and he's backing up, and he's just like, he's kind of cracking under the pressure, and Yoel feels him. And he's circling into his power when he circled away that time. So Luke is just trying to get away. Boom, boom. That's it. That's all she wrote. Because what happened is Luke had his hands down and he was so scared of the pressure and what's coming at him. You see, you can't focus on the fundamentals. The fundamentals just have to be in you. Because if it becomes to a point where you have to think about keeping your hands up, you have to think about not circling into his power, you're gonna, that's too much to think about, and you're not gonna be able to get off shit, and then you're just thinking too much, and then you're probably just gonna get clipped because you're busy thinking and not acting. And that's what happened to Luke. You know, that's really all his problem was he didn't study Whittaker. If he studied Whittaker and compiled a game plan that just goes off the basics and the skeletons of the game plan of Whittaker, he would have had success. He would have at least made it to a decision. Because he would have been neutralizing Yoel's explosiveness, his explosive blitzes, his power, and all that. And then you would have been neutralizing him, kind of wearing him a little bit. And then not only that, by nature, part of neutralizing Yoel Romero is with the pressure. So with that pressure, he could have been, he's getting off his shit. So he might even catch his knockout. So now his explosiveness, his power is being utilized. That's how Robert Whittaker gotta showcase his power and his explosiveness. So that's all what Luke did wrong, man, and all the things that Robert Whittaker did right. Yeah, I want to keep this video a bit short because of how at length my post-fight analysis was, but I just wanted to kind of create this first video in a series, and hopefully have it go more, and have, maybe if this works, if this is working with YouTube and stuff, this could be more of this style and the way the videos head from now on. If everything is in accordance, hopefully, and everything's going good, which is another reason why I'm keeping this video a bit short. I want to get it up, get it going, so then we could kind of just, once it's up and working, hopefully we could just have the channel revolutionize and change up the game and have this shit keep going in a newer, doper way. So hopefully this all works out. Hopefully this is up. And again, thank you guys for showing all the love on my UFC 221 post-fight breakdown and analysis. The link is in the description. Go check that out if you haven't. I really enjoyed doing that video a lot. Like, I actually had a lot of fun. I had a lot to say, and it was really fresh after the, it was like the day after the fight. So all my thoughts, and, it was kind of the perfect time to let the things marinate, and it's still fresh. So you have the real benefit of the freshness and retrospection. It's riding on that perfect line. So that's why I kind of wanted to keep more kind of in-depth analytical things going. So yeah, hopefully it all works out, and this is going to be some dope shit. You already know it's Mastermind MMA.